It was supposed to be another joyful evening on Ringo Starr's fall tour, a night filled with music, nostalgia, and the kind of warmth only a legend can bring. Fans in Philadelphia had been counting down the days, holding their tickets like treasures, excited to see the former Beatles drummer live at the TD Pavilion. At 85, Ringo had been performing with remarkable consistency, showing the same bright spirit that has defined him for decades. But only hours before the show, everything changed. A sudden announcement confirmed that Ringo was canceling the concert due to an unexpected health issue. The news spread quickly, leaving fans stunned. For many, this wasn't just another postponed performance. It was Ringo Starr, a symbol of optimism and endurance, stepping back in a way no one saw coming. The tour that had been running smoothly. In the days leading up to Philadelphia, everything seemed perfectly normal. The tour had launched on September 7th, 2024 in San Diego, and the response had been overwhelmingly positive. Show after show had gone on without interruption, with crowds singing along to Beatles classics and Ringo's solo hits. Backstage, the atmosphere was upbeat, the musicians bonded like family, and Ringo appeared in good spirits. But on the morning of September 24th, those closest to him began noticing subtle changes. His voice seemed quieter, his movements slower, and fatigue appeared in ways that hadn't been present before. At first, it seemed like nothing more than a mild cold, something he could push through, as he had so many times throughout his career. Yet as the day progressed, it became clear that this was not something to ignore. Recognizing that something was truly wrong, as the hours ticked by, Ringo's energy continued to dip. The sparkle that fans were used to seeing seemed muted, and his usual laughter was less spontaneous. Concern grew among his team, and medical advice was sought immediately. Doctors were firm. Continuing to perform could worsen his condition, and at his age, even a seemingly minor illness could become serious. For someone who has spent decades living on the road, canceling a show is never an easy decision. It meant disappointing thousands of people who had come to celebrate with him, but it also meant choosing responsibility over risk. By mid-afternoon, the announcement went out. The Philadelphia show was canceled, along with the final date in New York City at Radio City Music Hall. Fans reacting with shock and support. The response was immediate and emotional. Many fans were already at the venue, some having traveled across states or even countries for the experience. Understandably, frustration surfaced online, with people expressing disbelief that the cancellation came only hours before showtime. But alongside disappointment, there was something even louder: compassion. Messages of love, prayers, and encouragement flooded social media. Fans recognized that Ringo would not make such a decision lightly. The mix of sadness and empathy revealed the deep bond between him and his audience, built over decades of shared memories through music, a reminder that legends are still human. While this moment felt sudden, it wasn't the first time health had interrupted Ringo's touring life. In 2022, he had been forced to cancel several shows after contracting COVID-19. In 2016, illness also caused a postponement of a North American concert. These moments, though rare, remind the world that even cultural icons are still human. Touring is physically demanding, and age inevitably changes how the body responds to stress. Ringo's choice to cancel was not weakness. It was wisdom. It showed discipline, maturity, and respect for both himself and the fans who want him well, not worn down. A lifelong commitment to wellness. Ringo Starr has long been known for his dedication to health and mindful living. After decades in the spotlight, he built routines centered on fitness, clean eating, and balance. In the years following the Beatles' breakup, he struggled with alcohol, a period that took a toll on him physically and emotionally. But he turned his life around, embracing sobriety and committing to habits that supported longevity. Over time, his diet shifted toward a mostly vegan lifestyle, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole foods. He often joked about starting his mornings with blueberries and making broccoli a constant part of his meals. Exercise, stretching, and meditation also became essential, not as trends, but as tools for sustaining energy and peace. Facing the reality of aging. Even with the healthiest lifestyle, age introduces new realities. At 85, the body is less resilient, and illnesses that might once have been brushed aside can become more serious. The cold that forced Ringo to cancel his shows served as a humbling reminder of fragility. for fans, it was a moment of perspective. Even the most vibrant performers have limits. Still, those close to Ringo emphasized hope. He remained positive, determined to recover fully, and confident that this was only a pause, not an ending. The human side of an icon, Ringo's life has often been framed through fame and legend, but moments like this reveal the person beneath the mythology. Canceling a show at the last minute is emotionally heavy, especially when thousands of fans are counting on you. But his decision highlighted an important truth. Self-care is not optional, even for the most celebrated individuals. Fame does not erase vulnerability, and legacy does not protect anyone from the realities of health. In that honesty, fans found comfort because it reminded them that Ringo's strength has always been rooted in authenticity. Looking ahead to spring 2025. Despite the setback, Ringo Starr's journey is far from over. Plans for a spring 2025 tour were already taking shape, designed with a more thoughtful pace. The schedule included residency-style shows in Las Vegas, followed by stops in California, Mexico, and Texas, with longer breaks between performances. This approach reflected balance, honoring both the artist's health and the fans' desire to see him live. It was a reminder that adaptation is part of endurance, and even after decades in music, Ringo continues to evolve wisely. A new album and fresh creativity. Adding excitement, Ringo has also been working on a new album titled Look Up, his first full-length record since 2019, and his first country album in more than 50 years. What began as a collaboration with producer T-Bone Burnett in 2022 grew into a 9-track project filled with fresh energy. The album stands as proof that creativity does not fade with age. It transforms. Plans for special performances at Nashville's Ryman Auditorium in January 2025 further highlight his ongoing passion. Even while resting, Ringo remains deeply connected to the music that has shaped his life. The legacy of an enduring spirit. Ringo Starr's career has been defined not only by talent, but by optimism, humility, and resilience. From the Beatles to his solo work, he has always focused on joy and connection. By stepping back when necessary, he demonstrates that longevity is built on listening to your body and respecting your limits. Fans see this not as a decline, but as another lesson from a life lived wisely. True strength includes knowing when to pause. Lessons beyond the stage, Ringo's story is larger than fame. It is about endurance, mindfulness, and the courage to adapt. His temporary withdrawal reminds everyone that health and self-respect matter as much as ambition. By choosing rest over risk, he sets an example not only for fellow artists, but for anyone navigating life's challenges. Longevity is not about avoiding obstacles. It is about meeting them with patience, wisdom, and grace. A beat that still goes on. Although fans were shaken by the cancellations, reassurance comes from understanding Ringo's continued commitment. The pause is temporary, and his future plans reflect the same enthusiasm that has always defined him. The tempo of life may slow, but the rhythm of his legacy remains steady. Through upcoming tours, new music, and the enduring love of his audience, Ringo Starr continues forward, proving that passion evolves, but never disappears. Conclusion: the music never truly stops. Ringo Starr's decision to cancel performances was a reminder of vulnerability, but also of resilience. Even legends need time to recharge, and wisdom sometimes means stepping back. His life has been defined by creativity, discipline, and optimism, and this moment reflects his commitment to long-term well-being. As he prepares for future tours, a new album, and special performances, fans can take comfort in knowing that his story is still unfolding. Ringo's legacy lives not only through timeless songs, but through the example of a life lived with balance, courage, and enduring joy.